Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're diving into a place that exists completely outside of time, a space where the ultimate decision has to be made. We're going to deconstruct the final, critical choice of a character known only as the Seeker as he stands inside the truly bizarre Octagonal Chamber. So the story kicks off with this line, pulling us right out of a void into a world that's defined by nothing but light and some very harsh boundaries. The feeling is instantly desolate, but it's also incredibly symbolic. So what exactly is this place? To even begin to understand the choice, we have to first wrap our heads around the space itself. And look, this is not just some room. It's more like a metaphysical arena built for a decision that goes way beyond our physical world. I mean, this chamber just completely defies logic. There's no floor, there's no ceiling. You've got these 8 walls just floating in this ether. They're described as looking almost hand-drawn, like some ancient, powerful entity just sketched them into reality. And that color, that stark red, that's not a design choice. It's a warning. It's like a giant stop sign on a cosmic map, telling you you're somewhere you shouldn't be. Now, you might think this place is empty, but not at all. It is filled with information, but it's all presented like a code. It's a puzzle that our seeker has to figure out before he can make any kind of real choice. So here's our first big clue. Each one of those 8 walls has a single glowing red number on it. But here's the thing. They are not in order. There's no obvious logic here, right? This isn't some simple countdown. It's a completely different kind of pattern. The numbers are 9, then a 4, an 8, a 1. You can already feel the chaos, right? There's no comforting 1, 2, 3 sequence here. Then we get a 6, a 2, a 7, and it ends on a 5. See what I mean? It's a total jumble. Each number is just hanging there, disconnected. This isn't an instruction manual. This is a test of perception. And that's the central question we have to ask. Are these numbers just labels for the walls, or are they something much, much deeper? Maybe each one is a doorway to a different destiny, a different future, or maybe even a past mistake you have to confront. The ambiguity is the whole point, and the puzzle just keeps getting weirder. From every quarter where the walls meet, you've got these yellow beams of light just shooting out into the void, like paths into the great unknown. But then, there are these other things, these strange blue lines. They're described as stable, resonant frequencies. They feel safer, but they only show up on the walls marked 9, 7, and 6. Why just those 3? What makes them so special? Okay, now let's turn our attention right to the center of it all. Because floating in the heart of this impossible space is the entire reason the Seeker is here. Right in the middle of the chamber, there's this pulsating yellow core, and extending out from it are 2 hands of light, kind of like a clock. But get this, it's not for telling time. Time is totally frozen here. Its only job, its entire purpose, is to offer one single critical decision. And here it is. The choice, frozen for what could be an eternity. The long hand points directly at the wall marked with the number 7. The short hand points to the wall with the number 5. This is it. This is the choice he's presented with. No other options, just a stark, binary dilemma. 7 or 5. Okay, so what is the deal with 7 and 5? Well, the source material gives us a pretty powerful interpretation. 7 represents wisdom, the stable path, the known quantity. 5 represents change, a journey into transformation, and all the uncertainty that comes with it. So the question for the Seeker becomes, does he cling to the wisdom he's worked so hard to gain, or does he risk it all for the possibility of something new? So who is this person facing this impossible choice? Well, the source just calls him the Seeker. He's an archetype, really. He's kind of an avatar for anyone who has reached the end of a long, difficult journey, only to find their biggest test is still ahead of them. This one line from the source material just says it all. We don't know his backstory, but you can tell from his worn clothes that he has been through a lot to get here. But his eyes, they aren't tired or defeated. They are clear and they are determined. He's not just a victim of this place. He is an active participant, ready for whatever is next. And this brings us right to the climax. How do you possibly solve a puzzle like this? Well, what the seeker does next is completely unexpected, and it reveals the true nature of this entire test. So what does he do? First, he turns away from the clock. He literally rejects the choice he's been given. Instead, he looks at everything else, the walls, the numbers, the lights. He's taking in the whole system. Then, he closes his eyes, not because he's giving up, but to listen, to feel the energy of the place. And in that final moment, he reaches out, not for the hands of the clock, not for 7 or 5, but for one of the walls itself. He doesn't choose an option, he chooses to make his own answer. And this is where it all clicks. You see, the test was never really about choosing between wisdom and change. The test was to see if the seeker was wise enough to reject a limited choice and define his own path. And that leaves us with this incredibly powerful idea. When you're faced with an impossible dilemma, maybe the only winning move is not to play. What if the right answer is found by choosing a different question?